whispers.
Can you make a living doing it?
Yeah, starting to get back to it.
Uh-huh.
For a few months it went downhill. I was struggling because YouTube was demonetizing almost everything.
Do you want actual advice, or should I not get into this on camera? It's up to you.
Oh, shoot. It
Okay.
is what it is.
How much, how much, if you're making, when you say it started to go downhill, how much money per month are you talking?
So I went from making directly on YouTube $2,000 a month
Yeah.
down to about $300.
Got it.
I'm starting to bounce back. I had a lot of issues with YouTube taking away my comments. They would automatically take it, right?
Yeah.
And I'd get pissed. I'd have trolls that push me down during my streams. I'd get angry. It took me a while, but one day one of my friends came in and just said, dude, this is your problem. You're getting upset. Let the trolls get to you. That's number one. It's making your streams less fun. And number two, like, maybe stop doing the cannabis content for a little bit, see what happens, because maybe that's what they're doing. And through some experimentation, I've realized it, so now it's like, okay, let's just revert it back, get it back to the roots, and it's picking back up, thank God. It's a slow pace.
Have you ever had a job where you had to like show up?
Not like on record, but I used to have to do 10 acres of lawn pushing out for my aunt and her friends for a while.
Okay. And as far as like lifestyle stuff, what time do you usually wake up?
I'm gonna be bluntly honest with you, my sleep schedule is just kind of random.
Yeah, I got you.
There are times I'm up till 3 a.m., sometimes I pass out at midnight, wake up at 2.
Of course, yeah. I think my opinion is that you should do stand-up. Because stand-up comedians, they make a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
You have everything that's needed except for like stage time. You have charisma, you have a sense of humor. The only thing that's missing is when you say you get stage fright, that's missing because everybody has stage fright until they've done it 100 times. I think you should do that.
You think you should do it?
I think you should do that, yeah. What do you think about that? I mean, that's like a career.
I'd be a lot more confident doing it here with someone like you, for sure.
I think you should do it. You should try. Just fucking try it here. You're here for however long anyway.
Yeah.
You're here anyway. You might as well just try it. It doesn't, fuck it.
I mean, we got like 5 hostages down there. Money.
Yeah, you got a captive audience. We'll make them fucking sit there until they, get thrombosis in their thighs. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I've thought about it though, like doing impersonation type comedy where you just throw characters in different situations, like have freaking Bobby Hill and Gilbert Godfrey go to a bar where Elmo serves up,
Sure, yeah. Okay. So let's just try it. This is a notebook. It says chill vibes always. We were going to give it to Sylvia to write down what bad stuff that happened to her, but you go ahead and use that. So anyway, the way that you get started doing stand-up, I think you more or less, it's you're just coming up with little bits, and the thing is the bits have to have an ending that ties it off.
Yeah, you gotta have the beginning and ending, and beginning, middle, and ending.
And it's not even so important that it has a beginning or an ending. If you have Norm Macdonald has jokes that go on for 8 minutes, and they're these rambling, they're designed to torture the audience, but they all get tied off very nicely at the end. So the beginning and middle, it doesn't really matter so much how the shape that those take. It's more sort of the ending that. The ending's everything because that's what people remember. That's the last thing. That's the last thing they hear from the bit. So it's like you could say the most heinous. You could say if you say something completely fucked up, like Dave Chappelle has one where he's like he sets the audience up. I think he says something like I'm going to tell you a joke that's going to make you laugh about me kicking a woman in the pussy. But then he goes through the whole story, and then when he ties it off, then it's all the crimes are forgiven. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just start coming up with bits. Do you have any bits?
Yeah, I have an interaction with Gilbert Gottfried and his wife.
How's that?
Going into the gynecologist, only to find out she's 9 months pregnant, not fat.
Okay, Gilbert Gottfried going into the gynecologist.
Yeah.
With his wife. She's 9 months pregnant.
Doesn't even know because they think she's just fat. I told you, hon, you just got a little bit of that weight. Tell her, this, but she's got to go to the hospital. She's about to go into labor. So wait, the buffet time wasn't the problem?
So what's the buffet thing?
It's the idea of fat people love buffets.
But what'd she say?
She's like, so it's the buffet's not the problem.
Okay.
Because the idea is, oh, they think she's fat.
Got it.
In reality, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
But in the end, actually, she might be fat because she likes the buffet.
Got it. Okay. Let's write that down. When you're like structuring your act, your bit, and when you start out, it'll be 5 minutes, and then when you get better, you move up to 15 minutes, and then when you're making a career out of it, you make it 50 minutes. But it's essentially the same thing, which is just a collection of bits. So the thing you just said, that's a bit right there.
Yeah.
So, and you write the bits, you write them down however you'll remember them. You do bullet points or whatever, but that's your Gilbert Gottfried pregnant wife bit right there.
Moth joke.
Yeah, man. That's the another Norm Macdonald long rambling joke. Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Write this down somewhere else. Write down blue collar. So in a different section. This is not a bit. You know what a blue collar job is?
Yep.
Okay. Write down blue collar. All right, so the blue collar thing, that has to do with your attitude and your ego. You don't have to write this part down. This is just something you should remember. So your the framework that you need to look at stuff through, or think about this type of stuff. When you get up there and you do a bit and it sucks, and you feel that pang of shame, right?
Yeah.
You have to move yourself away from it being that the audience is judging you, and you have to move to knowing that they're judging the bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's when I say blue collar, I mean you want to, with all this creative stuff, you have to like divorce your ego from the situation and think about it the way that like a workman thinks about whether the fence he just put up is like properly constructed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you do these jokes, if you go do the Gilbert Gottfried bit, and this is part of the trick with doing stand-ups, because this is like a very difficult thing to do unless you're like consciously really trying to do it. When the bit sucks, like if it falls flat, or if people like I just asked you to explain the bit to me, if they ask you to explain the bit, that means they didn't get it. So you have to think about like, what about this bit is it that sucks or requires explanation, or what is it that could be sort of pared down? Like, what could I remove to make it simpler? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But all these things, these are all things that you think about them like you're an engineer or a guy building a dog house or something. It's not this creative. It's not like, oh, this is my soul, this is my heart and soul. Fuck all that. That goes away. That's out the window. Like, get your personality containerized away from the jokes, the bits, the audience reaction, etc. Like if you go have the worst night of your life and the audience, like, they fucking hate everything you said, that just means that, like, you just used, like, something was wrong with the bits you were doing.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, like, you as a person. If you were perpetually doing bits that suck and you can't fix it, then, you know, if you do that for 10 years, then yeah, you're a shitty comedian. But just remember to think about this like it's a...
We've got Bobby Hill going to the football game with Tally.
A football game with what?
Tally.
Tally?
Park. You know, want to get high?
Oh, Tally. Oh, yeah. Okay. How's that go?
Well, the idea would be like Bobby's super excited. He's like, yeah, they're taking it! And then Tally's like, I really don't get this. I don't know.
Hi, Sam and Airsoft. Fatty Love. Both of your content. Best collab ever.
Thank you, brother.
Hell yeah.
So it's Tally and
Bobby Hill.
And they're what?
They're at the football game.
They're at a football game.
High energy, but you got one low energy dude and one high energy dude there.
Okay.
You gotta think, because it's like, fuck yeah, I got my bike back from my dad. And Tally's always like, I'm just high. I'm just high.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that's one.
I got you. One thing, so when you're doing stand-up, it probably is not. You probably shouldn't start with scenarios that have like two characters.
True.
And one of the reasons is because it's pretty difficult to like stand on a stage and make a room full of people believe that you're one person and then switch and become another person. Like you're asking their eyes, even if the impression's good, like your Bobby Hill is good, like you're asking them to not believe their eyes. Like, hey, look at me, I'm Bobby Hill, now I'm Towley. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And even if it's not impressions, it's like it's kind of difficult to start having personas and like keeping track of multiple, like a sketch. That's more like a sketch comedy type thing. That's something you would do if you were making a cartoon or a just a live action sketch or whatever.
What about self-deprecating humor?
I think self-deprecating humor is fine, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't know. What would you say if it was self-deprecating humor?
Well, I tell them the story about how I stuck my dick in a gun and got stuck on Thanksgiving.
Is that true?
Well, cap gun, but yes.
Okay.
I was really freaking young. Went out to take a piss pint in the bar while everyone was inside. At that time, I was so young I didn't realize it was Thanksgiving. Had one of those old cap guns, the lever action ones where you pull the tip off the hollow barrel.
Yeah.
I was like maybe 5, and I said, I wonder what this would be like if I stuck this here, and just fell up on the inside and got stuck. And guess whose daddy had to use different lubricants to try to help him get it off.
Damn.
I'm not kidding. I walked in. Imagine that's the kitchen table. The door right there. The outside is where I'm coming in from. My bedroom's right there.
Damn.
I had to walk around the whole table holding this gun. My dad, pants at my ankles, cousins laughing his ass off. My 2 aunts are losing their shit on my mother. This is why you shouldn't play with guns. Freaking grandma sitting there over there hyperventilating. Like,
damn.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
It is, man. It took us like 2 hours to get that bitch off. It was not fun.
So that's perfect. And now what you need, though, is you need some kind of like statement or something at the end that, because here's the thing, there's a ton of like super funny people on like construction job sites and selling cars, and they're just, in the world there's a ton of funny people, and everybody's got these crazy stories, right? And the stories are like, it always ends like this. It's like, we had the craziest night ever. He was knocking back Jägermeisters, and we were drunk driving. He rolled the car, and then it ends like this. That was just a crazy night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? But you can
elaborate on that shit.
Even if the story's like we went to the moon and then we got back and there was like a cyborg prostitute. It doesn't matter. Like if you don't resolve it, then it's just another crazy story. Like it doesn't. But so you have that's the perfect beginning. That's the perfect beginning and middle to a actual routine here. And now what's needed is like the thing that comes at the end that makes the audience like it's almost like a magic trick where you take the information that they already were listening to and you like morph it so it applies to their life somehow. Or just you morph it so it's like suddenly it's this clever little crystal that can be understood immediately. That's the trick here. That's the thing that we need to get to.
So something like it may fit, but it might not be legit.
Yes. Something like that. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's not ramble here. Let's think. It may fit. All right. So write that down. Write down. It may fit. It might not be legit. That's better than nothing. We'll work from here.
Hell yeah.
And I have a joke. You can use this. The thing also. One of my jokes is I say that the fuck was it? Oh fuck! I think the joke was that I got bit. I got bit on the dick by a snake and got venom in it. And then the whole story is like talking about how ashamed I was, and we were on this like family hike, and it was this horrible thing. It's a similar setup, but then I find whoever's like the creepiest looking guy in the audience. I say, and yeah, I was about to die. I was going to die. I was this close to death's door.
An Italian man drops some pizzas. What sound do they make Dago wop?
I was at death's door from the venom. Could have died. I could have lost my, penis. Could have lost it right there. But I kept my penis and my life because my dad sucked the poison out. He had to do it. He sucked it out. It had to be. Listen, we were in the middle of Arizona. There was no ambulance. There was no airlift coming to save me. He did what every Native American father does when their son gets bit on the penis by a snake. He sucked it out. Okay? It was the least gay thing that I've ever seen. It was a man saving his son. And I thank him for it every day. And then I find the creepiest guy in the audience. I go, and here he is right here, everybody. The guy that sucked my dick when I was a kid. Here he is. And one guy threatened to fight me. He said one guy threatened to kick my ass. He was going to take me out to the yard and kick my ass. But that's sort of the gist of it. Not that I'm that good. My stand-up's probably not that good. It's more just kind of upsetting people. But okay, so we got the story. We got our dick in a cap gun. Grandmother's hyperventilating. Cousins are laughing.
Aunts are losing their shit because he shouldn't even have a toy gun to begin with.
There's a gun control element to it. Keep kids with toy guns. Where are you? You're from Michigan?
Yep. This
is not the key here, but don't get between a Michigan man and his guns.
Yes.
That's not it. That's kind of sort of funny, but just write it down.
No, it's the truth about Michigan. Do not get between our guns.
Write it down just so you have that there to think of something better. Don't get between a Michigan man and his gun.
Amazing to see Chris here. It's winning time. God bless you, Goldstriker.
Hey, brother.
You already know.
And thanks for being here, Chris.
Hell yeah. I've met why would I even deny it? It's a good opportunity no matter what.
Please add Chris to the contestants list so we can send him stuff.
That's true. I'll ask Jed about that.
That might be a good idea.
Okay, so did you write down that whole story? That's an anecdote that you have?
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. What else do you have in the idea tank here?
I've got a lot of good ones. How about the time that I got out of a ticket from a cop by playing the cop's theme song?
How did you do that?
Okay, so a buddy of mine, we'll call him Skylar. I always refer to this specific person as Skylar when I talk about him. We used to smoke a lot together, and a lot. And we would take an old 98 Explorer out, back roads, middle of nowhere, just speed the fuck around as we're smoking. We did not care. We were ready to die for this shit. You wouldn't think the cops would be out, but of course, old Farmer Dale had the day off on the farm, decided to volunteer at the sheriff's office, decided to send his pretty little Porsche by his apple trees, and as soon as we drove by, cherries and berries go on. We're running for a bit, we're smoked up, but we eventually decided, okay, let's pull over, let's see if we can get out of this easily. As the cop starts to get out of his car, I look over at my friend and I said, Skylar, get your phone connected to the radio real quick. He goes, what? I said, if we're about to go down, we're going down laughing. So he throws it on, and he hands me his phone and goes, what are you doing? At this point, the cop's halfway to the car. You know and you can see that he is almost all business, at least outwardly. What did I decide to play the whole time he comes up? Whoop, whoop! Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? And I will tell you what, I have never seen a piggy snout roll like this and laugh so hard in my life. Never seen a man who's supposed to be a professional piece of bacon become so flimsy. Comes up to the car, sir, you know how fast you're going. Looked down and said, oh, I know I was going fast enough that I need this theme song for you.
Damn. Did that all actually happen?
Yes, like 100%. That actually freaking happened.
Okay.
I got out of a ticket where I could have gotten a ticket for going 60 over.
What is the theme song for Gold Dust the Wrestler?
I can't even remember. I never watched wrestling too much growing up.
Okay. Now tell that same exact story, but you get pulled over by Gold Dust the Wrestler.
Ooh. All right. Here we go. Me and my buddy one time decided to go out riding country roads. You know, go out there, see if we can't find the country side of WWE, find where they got the backyard wrestling going on. And we decided, we're going to have a little smoke session before we leave. We get a little stone, we bring a couple of J's with us, we're hitting the road. And at one point I just kind of decided, fuck it, we're middle of nowhere, there's no cops. I'm a speed racer in this shit. And I mean, you might as well call me the best racist you don't ever see because I am just racing these roads. Until we get past the farm on McCauley's Field, because that motherfucker took the day off work just to volunteer for the sheriff, and he was sitting in that nice little Crown Vic waiting for us. The one missing the hubcap and has the stuck-on joke sticker of, we'll stop for prostitutes. Yeah, well, he decided to chase us down, pull us over, and looked at my friend Skylar and said, hey man, plug your phone on the radio, got an idea. Now, at first he didn't know what I was going to do. We'll get it plugged in, a Pulp song I'm going to play, and who steps out the police cars and getting set up? Motherfucking Gold Dust! Not even kidding! I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it's the farmer, he took the day off. Nah, the farmer took the day off to be a real golden type of man. And let me tell you, he walks up with this stride, and I think to myself, okay, this guy's a freaking wrestler. I step out of this thing, try to fight him. Those cuffs are going on, face is going into the cow shit, and I'm just going to be walking away a very sad man. As it walks up, I decide, okay, you know what? This may be one beautifully golden leaf wrapped piggy, but I make sure I go out fast smiling. So I put on the Cops theme song. So I don't know, you sit there and hear this, bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? As Gold Dust sits there, takes a moment to get it back as he hears is walking up, and then decides to just strut up like he's coming to the ring. I'm looking over at Skylar, I'm freaking out like, oh god, this guy's gonna rip our fucking door off and kill me, dude. Like, this white motherfucker's gonna kill me, and he pushes it up. his hand on my door, squeezes enough to bend my door, and goes, "Do you know how fast you were going, young man?" I looked at him and I said, "Well, I know if I'd have kept going, I'd been a hell of a lot faster than you, sir." He goes, "License and registration." So I handed it over to him. I look at him and ask him, "So, let me just ask, I gotta ask the question here, as the gold man yourself, do you like golden showers?" And of course at this point he raises his brow and he goes, "No, but I do like that music. So, I'm gonna let you off a warning. Lets us off a ticket that I could have gotten for going 60 over the limit." Telling you people, man, be funny, be chill, because you never know when the scariest motherfucker might pull up, and that chillness might just keep you alive.
Okay. So I think I think what we should do is we should do that joke. You tell it the first time the real way with the cop.
Yeah.
And then each variation of the story, the detail changes. Like at the first one, you go by Farmer McGillicuddy's farm.
Yeah.
And he's in the Crown Vic. The next time you tell it, you say you pass by Farmer O'Shaughnessy's farm, and he's sitting there in a
Honda Civic,
Scooby-Doo van, or whatever. If it's gold dust, it should be like a gold Rolls Royce. That should be what it was.
That's a good one.
And then the third one should be you get pulled over by Adolf Hitler.
Oh God!
Okay, so you tell it 3 times, and
I like that Adolf Hitler suggestion, I can't lie.
So here's the thing. It's the song, because you got the Bad Boys song really good. What we need is a wrestler song that's like recognizable.
I could do the John Cena theme whistling. It's the one wrestler I know the theme to.
Are people going to recognize that?
I mean, John Cena is one of the biggest wrestlers out there, I think.
Right. Is that that's been his theme song this whole time?
From what I can remember. Of course, I
Okay.
haven't watched wrestling in the past 5 years, so I
Okay.
could have changed it up.
All right. So do that, and then for Hitler, you're going to need to learn. You should learn a German song, the lyrics in German to a German song, like a German fairy tale or something. Like some shit like that. But the joke's going to be that you learn to do it well. Like you're up there, you don't speak German at all, but you've got 2 paragraphs of a German song, like you're belting it out good. All right, so let's write this down here. Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
Okay. So do this on a new page, and at the top put the title "Pulled Over Routine." And then for line 1, just put straight story, no modifications. And then for line 2, put for line 2, put John Cena, and then in bullet points underneath, put practice his theme song. Put and on this one, the joke for the car that he's driving is you didn't even see what kind of car he's driving. And change the farmer's name. So Farmer McGillicuddy, Farmer O'Shaughnessy, Farmer Sullivan, whatever. Those are the 3 farmers. And then, so how's it? So he pulls you over. You come up. You're playing the theme song, And what does he say? What does he say about that? When he hears his own theme song, what's he say?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. You kind of got to think like Cena, what he would say.
What else does he say other than like "you can't see me"? Is there other shit that he says?
Not that like I said, I watch too much wrestling, so I can't remember too much. But
talking about John Cena?
Yeah.
It says hustle, loyalty, respect.
Hustle, loyalty, respect.
Hustle,
okay, so you should say that John Cena pulls you over, and when he hears his theme song, he says hustle, loyalty, and before he can spit the rest out, you interrupt him and say respect.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. The Walmart wrestling. I just remember his costume was like denim jeans.
Denim jeans, just like some tap-out shirt.
Right?
Yeah, it was like jean shorts with tap-out.
He just wore fucking jeans. He looked like a fucking guy from Walmart.
Looked like one of the rare times you see someone who looks fit in a Walmart.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the John Cena one. And then you already wrote practice his theme song?
Yep.
Okay. Third one now, you get pulled over by Hitler.
Yep.
And look up, you're going to have to do some research. So this is part of being funny is hitting people with unexpected details. I'll tell you this when you're done writing.
Yep.
Hitting people with unexpected details so that a person who... nobody who listens to the joke is going to be a World War II historian, Nazi Germany historian.
Yeah.
Well, some of them will, but most people can tell when they hear a detail whether it's real or not. So you want to do research on this part. So the kind of car that he's driving is like look up 1938 Daimler, or just look up what type of car did Hitler ride in and say that. And I look over, what do I see? A 1938 Daimler-Benz Coachwagen, Motorwagen, whatever the fuck it is, in German. And we're so high we can't even see straight. But I shit you not, we get pulled over by none other than Adolf Hitler. Now, this is serious. And then his theme song, you find a German, just a song that sounds like exceedingly German. It doesn't have to be like the national anthem of Germany, but something where within the first 15 seconds of it, there's a paragraph or two that you can memorize that just sounds super German. And that's going to be the funniest part when you're on stage and people hear you say with like a decent accent this shit. And then, what would Hitler say when he hears his theme? He should say, I haven't... Okay. I haven't heard that song since I was a little boy. It brings a tear to my eye.
Oh, haven't heard that one since I was a little boy.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Yes.
I was going to come over and ask some questions, but I can see enough problems here, so you can call.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to tell the audience that you're going to say, you know how, here's another thing. There's a comedic trope, or it's not even a comedic trope, it's like a Reddit trope. What would you do with a time machine? You would go back in time and kill Hitler.
Yeah,
okay.
And you end up doing a whole lot of other shit too.
Yeah, so the setup for this whole thing, this whole series of 3 things, you're going to, before you even talk about the cop, you're going to tell the audience, I'm sure you're familiar with the premise of what would you do if you had a time machine? You'd go back in time and kill Hitler. And then many people, smarter than me, okay, Neil deGrasse Tyson being a famous example, have pointed out that if you had a time machine, you went back and killed Hitler, you would probably butterfly effect people, chaos theory. You probably would cause some other horrible shit to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, you probably kill 12 million Jews. You think that's better?
No.
Is that what you like that? You want 12 million dead Jews? Now it's time to like lay into the audience and fuck with them a little bit. Write this down. So, Hitler time machine setup. Do you want 12 million Jews dead instead? You want to change the numbers around? You want to start fudging the numbers? Why don't we go back in time and get all of them? Right? Why don't we go back in time and get all of them? And then you point to the guy in the audience that you're talking to and say, everybody dox this guy, email his workplace. He said he wants all the Jews dead. And this might not be on your brand. I might start to be getting onto my brand here, but go ahead and run with this, okay? Just for starters, okay? So you point to the guy. This guy is the biggest anti-Semite in here. Dox him, send it to his workplace. ADL, okay? Get it to his workplace. And then you say that this whole thing, that you've actually discovered a solution to the paradox, okay? The whole shit you're about to say is you invented a time travel machine, and you didn't have to kill Hitler, but you stopped it all from happening, okay?
Yeah.
So that's how you did this, is you got pulled over by Hitler, and because you played this nursery rhyme from his childhood, he decided to become a better person, okay?
That'd be awesome. That's awesome, actually.
Okay.
That's a really
So
good
that's
concept.
the whole joke. And then at the end, be adamant that this is reality. Like, tell the audience, if they think it's funny, you say this isn't even the joke part. This is actually what happened. I'm not shitting you. We got that high. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That's like a complete little routine there. All right, let's aim for one more. What else we got? What else, when you finish writing, let me know.
Well, I could never date a vegan.
You could never date a vegan?
Nope, I'm a meat eater. I make meat salads all the time.
Uh-huh.
You know, you gotta sit there, you gotta love going to the store and find every bit of meat you can. Be it in a simple tube steak, or maybe you find yourself some good pork sausage. Either way, it's always a good time to throw it together with all the cheese and the sauces. Like, I just couldn't date me a vegan woman.
Stain it. Josie suggesting coffee.
Or seasoning, since like the seasoning has
Yeah,
the color
it's good
and
like
the
the
salt.
salt thing too.
Let's dig into this here. So if you had a girl that was like incredibly gorgeous, beautiful, was going to take care of you, your dream woman, but she was a vegan.
Damn. So you telling me my dream woman, but vegan? That's a no-sell. That is a no-sell to me.
How would honestly? Is that real?
Honestly, that would be a no-sell for me, because
You couldn't do it for real if she was
I
perfect.
couldn't. She could literally be the most fine. I got a very particular. I got like, if I'm going 100% my sexual preference and everything, my black queen has got to be able to cook some goddamn meat. Okay?
Damn.
Yeah, she's got to be
That's
able to.
funny.
She's got to be able to cook it. She's got to be able to shop for it and know what's good. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Ordered some Meyer the other day, right? I ordered a steak, a $3 on sale steak, right? This bitch brings me a fucking pot roast for $10 and is the size of a child's hand. You can't cook that on a stovetop oven. You gotta slow boil that. I messaged this lady, I'm like, hey, this is completely the wrong product here. I can't cook this. Oh, we're gonna have to get a hold of Meyer about that. I said, do you not understand the difference between a steak and a beef roast? She goes, oh, no, I'm vegan. And I'm going to be a controversial opinion. Vegans should not be allowed to shop people who order meats.
Damn.
Because they don't understand what's good meat.
Do you actually like black girls?
Yes. My first girlfriend was my dream woman up until about 3 years in the relationship.
So here's what I think. Here's the beginning of what I think is funny. If you rant against vegans and you talk about meat, and it's kind of disgusting, like hearing about food. It's just kind of disgusting. You just rant about this for like 3 minutes, and you make the audience think that you're like this fucking whack job that just doesn't like vegans. Like it's kind of a wacky thing. I get it, but it's very wacky. So you make the audience think of this kook, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns out that like all the shit you just said it's kind of bullshit because really all you really meant to say was that you like black chicks.
Exactly.
That's what we gotta. Okay, so I think that's like the beginning of like something funny, something funny that's like stand up formed. All right, what do you like about black chicks?
Oh, it's hard to pinpoint, really. It's not necessarily a looks thing. It's just like it's like
I know what it is, dude.
It's so weird.
So you should just fuck. You shouldn't even say black women. You should just talk about it like you think that vegan means white, and that and a meat eater. Like the meat eating woman that you want, you just mean a black woman, but you're not saying it though.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Okay.
Because when you think about it, when I see the word vegan, what do you think? Typical weak ass looking white dude or chick.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, Letty's a pretty good example of a female vegan. Doesn't know how to build a table and doesn't know how to cook meat.
Okay. Okay. So what? Have you dated a white girl?
Yes, and I regretted it.
Okay,
I've had 2 relationships.
All right, what did you not like? Let's start listing it. These are the vegan. These are the characteristics we don't like about vegans, but it's actually what we don't like about white girls.
To start with, as soon as she found out I did YouTube and had any kind of following, she turned into a royal bitch to everyone, including her friends. Like before, she would have sat and chilled with friends, no problem. At lunch, no big deal, talk joke. Now it'd be like, you guys are just like not cool enough to hang with me. Like, I got a really famous boyfriend now, and like, you guys are just gonna have to eat your boring ass lunches. Meanwhile, she comes over to me, and I'm sitting there with a school lunch.
Okay, so we say vegan girls are stuck up.
Stuck up. They're always focused on getting that clout and never loyal.
And you dated a vegan girl once, and as soon as she found out that you were a famous comedian, and just say famous comedian. Don't even say a little bit YouTube famous. Just fucking bullshit the audience. Say as soon as they found out I was a famous comedian, she got all high on her horse, started acting like a princess. She was too good for her friends, you know. And hey, I get that dating and say I get that dating a guy like me gives you a lot of status, but I don't like to see that go to a girl's head.
Exactly.
Okay. And say that right now. Like, put your arms and say, I get that dating a guy like me gets you a lot of status.
I guess the dating a guy like me is getting a lot of status, right? That's a big prize, but like, I don't like it going on their heads. Okay, I love the head we get, but don't let that go to their head.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. And then how would a meat eating girl counter that? Like, what would a meat eating girl do right?
See, I love a good meat eating girl because they know how to take a piece of meat in their hands and manipulate it and fondle it in such a way that gets it nice and tender, get all that muscle going. It's all the juices.
How would they deal with the fame though? Like what the counter to the thing you don't like, the girl you do like does what?
Oh, I got you one. So, you know, one thing I love about meat eating women is they actually care about animals. Like they really care. Unlike these PETA loving vegans, these ladies know how to treat an animal right, show them a bunch of love, and when it comes time for death, she sends them off just right. And the best part is, no waste happens to the animal because we end up eating it by the end of the night.
But what I'm talking about, so the vegan girl would date you as soon as she finds out you're famous, it goes to her head.
Yeah.
Right? The meat eating girl, what does she do that's the opposite?
Something I love about meat eating women, it's quite simple. They're not afraid to tell you when you're not funny or when you're just on your bullshit. Straight up, I don't like women who dick ride like vegans do. Like, give me a woman who knows how to sit there and say, nah, you gotta fuck this up. That's not a good joke, and you are gonna fucking bomb the night if you try it.
Say that part like a black lady. But nah, you're gonna fuck this joke.
I got this. Nah, you know what, hon? You're not gonna do this, hon. You're not gonna do this. You're gonna fuck the joke up. You're gonna go up there, and it's just not gonna be good.
Say, baby, no,
You're
no,
a
no,
dumbass. Like, no, you can't do this.
And do the
Like, you cannot do this. You're stupid.
Okay. All right.
You are thinking with your tiny man brain. Think about it.
What's the next thing that a vegan girl does that you don't like?
Honestly, the fact that they're always on about getting organic, but then organic doesn't always mean good for the environment. Yes, organic is cool and fresh, but look, when you buy organic, you are causing deforestation, you're causing damage to wetlands and things like that to make those farms to give you that organic crap. At least with lab grown stuff, I know I'm not taking away homes from bunnies.
What's the thing that a black girl does or is like that you like?
Again, it really is hard for me to pinpoint exactly what it is. I just see one, and it's just like they got a certain aura to them. Very inviting. It seems like, whenever you see a black woman who's cooking, it feels inviting. You come in, you can actually talk to them and play around with them, have fun, joke around, and the food's going to be just right. Whereas as soon as you interrupt a vegan, it's just going to get burnt. It's going to taste like shit, not a right amount of seasonings. Meanwhile, these vegan women, they're going to season it just right. They give it just enough spice, and they give enough spice to their life as well.
Damn, that's good. I like the just saying that meat eating, they have an aura. I like that. And then contrast that with like vegan women say that as soon as you try to interrupt them on the street, tell them, hey, how you doing? Have a nice day. You look good. They get all uppity. Like, seriously, these vegan women, as soon as you tell them they look great, as soon as you tell them they remotely look nice, as soon as you remotely show them kindness, it's almost an immediate cut off. Fuck you, you're a misogynist pig, I want nothing to do with you. And they even try to freaking cancel you like a subscription. Yeah, there you go.
But meanwhile, meat-eating women, you make a joke or you tell them they look nice, and they can take it. They can take it all day because they're always getting that meat in their mouth. They're enjoying it. So, of course, they're going to have the bones to do it.
Okay, write down bullet points here now. So, do we have a header yet? So, make a new page, put at the top, put vegan versus meat women.
Oh, yeah.
And then line 1, put actually white versus black. Okay, actually white versus black, and then bullet point, black equals approachable, vegan equals uppity, closed off.
Closed off dash, me too.
Yeah. And then we got vegan fame equals ego. Black keeps it real. And then what else do we have?
Gosh, I need to start losing myself up. We were at black women / meat eaters approachable, white women closed off, me too. Have vegans, when they get fed, they get ego, and the meat eaters, they just keep it real. They don't change up.
Yep. Is there anything we missed that we talked about?
I don't think so.
Okay. What else? What other differences?
The fact that most vegan women, they just seem so boring. Like, to them, entertainment for the day is sitting down, reading a book, sipping on chai tea, while they're sitting there on their high throne. Meanwhile, you meet a meat-eating woman, and she's all about going out and dancing or partying, getting turned the hell up, and when the night gets done, well, the party's not done when they get to the bedroom, that's for sure.
Okay. So vegans equal boring, tea time,
Tea time, book reading.
book reading. Black equals party, fun, reckless driving. Just be a party, fun, reckless driving.
Reckless driving, good sex.
Good sex, yeah. Next one, say vegan women are looking for
A soy boy.
a presentable vegan woman. Treat the search for a partner like searching for like buying an accessory. They need him to be presentable. You just write presentable. Decent job. Groomed. Reasonably fit. None of the things that I am. And then say black women don't care as long as you're giving them good dick.
Yeah, okay.
And then at that point say something, sickening to the audience, like say Papa's laying the pipe right or whatever. The grosser the better. Like the more.
How about this one? You always know Master loves giving out his sausage.
Yeah. There you go. Try to make the audience sick. All right, so I think that's a good basis for another little bit there.
Hell yeah.
You got anything else?
Nothing on top of my head right now.
Okay. All right. Do you ever watch stand-up comedy?
Here and there, not too often though.
Okay. I'm gonna make you watch stand-up comedy.
All right, then. That doesn't sound like too much torture.
Okay. And we'll do. I'm gonna see if we can get you like a little TV or iPad or something. Just don't let the other people see that you have it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe just watch it in there so it doesn't break immersion. Like you don't show the
that'd
audience.
be a good idea.
But watching other stand-ups, finding out what you like, and then when you find one that you like, re-watching it and thinking like, why is this funny? Like, why is this piece working?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. But I'll go dig around and see how we can get you that, and just take that notebook, just write down. Like
any idea?
Just the basis. It doesn't have to be a finished thing. Just
bullet points.
Just the beginning of whatever we're gonna do. Okay.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, bro. Well, we'll see if we can.
And I can't lie. Hearing you say you think I do decent with that type of thing makes me want to do it even more.
Yeah.
Because I've always grown up with like a self-conscious issue on that stuff. So
what
might as well
that you should
stay
perform?
on stage stuff. Like always be cool around cameras. Like, that's no big deal. I can fucking flash my dick all I want.
Right.
Not actually do
Well,
that. I can do it, but like on stage, it's always a hard thing for me to get up there. And
Nobody's comfortable on stage. You're not going to be comfortable on stage until you've done it. 100 times. You'll get there. Maybe even like 20 times it'll be easier.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and the reason why I think it's good is because stand-ups, even ones that like nobody's really heard of, that are not even like super popular ones, they make money. Like they make fucking you could make 10,000, 50,000 a month if you start being doing big clubs and touring and stuff, as opposed to the YouTube thing, which is kind of like building a business on quicksand. It's like you're at the mercy of YouTube's rules, and you don't know what the next month is going to bring as far as rules or income. So give this a shot. I'm going to go see if I can get you an iPad or something to watch stand-up on.
Yeah, I'll probably use bathroom real quick and be right down, man.
All right.
Man, I appreciate that. So that actually does give me a little confidence there. I might actually chase this. Oh, and anyone watching, if you want a free Pokemon TCG code, let's see if we can get this up there. Here, trying to keep this as close as possible without. Check it. Sure, babe, let's see it. And whoop. Someone's got a screenshot of that. Those codes will get you free packs of cards when we're online games, so someone's going to enjoy a free pack. If no one claims it, I won't know for a couple of weeks. That being said, I'm going to take me a shit, and I'm going to come down there. See you guys then. Time for a little shit.
Got it.
That's looking nice and bright.
Maybe flip it over.
Yeah.
The other side.
Some rotations. Yeah, that's good. Still,
Why is there a bowl in there?
oh, she was trying to use that to plug the drain.
It's just draining now.
It'll be draining for a while.
This first